You land at Malpensa, grab your bags, and head into the city. If you're coming for a corporate assignment, you might expect the transition to be frictionless, and on the surface it is. The city caters comfortably to an English-speaking professional bubble, especially around the multinational hubs and modern infrastructure, like the UniCredit Tower. But beneath that sleek exterior is a rigid administrative core. The moment you step into a local registry office or try to secure a long-term lease, the English disappears. You're dealing with Italian bureaucracy, exclusively in Italian. This scorecard shows what happens when you rely entirely on translation apps. We call it the Milan Expat tax. You pay a premium for agency brokered apartments and consulting fees, simply because standard contracts get denied when you can't understand them. You can survive in that English bubble, but it drains your budget quickly and keeps the actual city at a distance. If you have a demanding full-time job, you do not have hundreds of hours to grind through standard textbook grammar before your move. Instead, you need to calculate your minimum viable Italian, the exact language required to bypass that expat tax with the least amount of study time. This chart maps your language learning strategy by return on investment, measuring study hours against actual friction removed. Generic apps often push you into the bottom right. You spend weeks memorizing subjunctive tenses, high effort that does nothing to help sign a lease. To get the highest return on your time, you need to master a very specific, localized subset of Milanese phrases. Let's look at level 0. This is when you arrive relying strictly on translation apps, relocation consultants, and English-friendly zones. You will be fine navigating the upscale streets of Brera, ordering from delivery apps, and catching a rideshare. The immediate financial trade-off is your housing. Because you cannot negotiate or even read a standard lease agreement, you are forced into furnished, expat-targeted rentals that carry a massive monthly premium. Then you hit the hard wall. The first time you need to register for a tax code at the comune or pick up a certified letter at the post office without a translator, the process stops cold. Level 0 works if you are visiting for a long weekend. For anything stretching past a month, it is financially punishing. Moving to the top left of our chart, we have Level 1, Survival Italian. This is a concentrated set of 50 to 100 phrases focused entirely on daily service interactions. The core of this level is the daily bar counter ritual. Knowing exactly how to order a coffee, pay the correct coins, and exchange brief pleasantries earns you a quiet local credibility. This introduces what we call the formality gap. Milanese commercial interactions strictly use the formal lei pronoun, and they hold on to it much longer than other cities. In places like Rome or Naples, casual interactions quickly drop into the informal tu. In Milan, breaking formality with a pharmacist or building manager signals that you don't understand how the city operates. Getting the register right is a low-effort adjustment that pays off immediately. In Milan's service culture, delivering a polite, formal greeting accurately gets you further than having a massive vocabulary. Level 2 hits the A2 to B1 fluency threshold. This is where you can handle administrative tasks independently and actually inhabit the city. Looking at the top right of our chart, you now have to invest high effort to learn specific, high-friction vocabulary clusters, apartment terms, utility bill jargon, and healthcare phrases. But even with the right words, intermediate learners hit a hidden variable, the sheer physical speed of Milanese speech. Standard courses teach clean, slow enunciation. The streets do not sound like that. Spoken Milanese drops endings and swallows phrases together, turning something like non lo so into a single clipped beat. If you learned your Italian in a vacuum, your listening comprehension will fail on contact. You have to train your ear for the actual pace of the city. This matrix shows how your required language strategy maps directly to where you choose to live. If you settle down in the Navili district, you will find a young, mixed crowd where conversational Italian and English blend freely during aperitivo. Head over to Paolo Sarpi, the historic Chinese quarter, and you are navigating a distinct commercial environment with entirely different daily interactions. But regardless of your neighborhood, the bureaucratic offices operate exactly the same way, at standard speed, using standard bureaucratic Italian. A 3-month corporate stint in a modern district only requires level 1 survival phrases.
A 1-year stay anywhere else demands targeted B1 study.
Preparing for Milan with generic language apps means spending your limited time on irrelevant pacing and southern phrasing. That is why the Street Tongue app was built. It trains your ear specifically for Milan's dialect, rapid pace, and strict formal register. You can use its AI scenarios to rehearse a mock landlord negotiation or your exact bar order 15 times before you even catch the regional train from the airport. Check the App Store links in the description below to start targeting your minimum viable Italian today. Have you ever moved to a new city and been completely thrown off by a local dialect, a specific speaking pace, or unexpected bureaucratic jargon? Let us know your experience in the comments.